Welcome back, guys, to the Third Party Podcast. Today I'm doing a solo episode because we don't really have anyone here, and
cue the intro! Okay.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Third Party Podcast, where we are your third party opinion for film and animation. Alex is here.
Yo.
He just showed up.
That's why I wasn't there available for the past episodes.
Yeah,
I was busy planning my trip.
This was planned.
To New York. I mean, this is Rhode Island, but I was mainly going to New York, so.
Yeah, he was on vacation. He decided to show up because he's kind of close.
Yeah, pretty good actually. Rhode Island's just oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is crazy. He's in my room.
I mean,
I've never had an editor in person.
He's never had anyone who does any media in his room before, so I'm the first.
He messed around on my settings. It's like
I didn't do anything. He's lying. I didn't do anything.
He changed my sample counts.
No. Oh, that did.
No.
Yeah, but the settings are pretty much the same as mine. It's just very little differences, the sample count. Mm-hmm. The shader editor specifically is vastly different, but everything else is the same. So.
Yeah. So he's here for today only.
Just today.
And he's leaving tomorrow morning, super early in the morning. So you have to make sure I'm up by that.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy that he's here. I have some topics written up for him because, he's traveling around and stuff. This is my first time having a 3D guy in the same room as me, so I want to go into that stuff. This is crazy. I don't have to do much editing now. I don't have to fucking put a background.
It's so good. It's just face to face. I hope we do this more often. Maybe.
I do kind of want to talk about that as much as you want to later on.
Yeah.
So, I have a question. Okay, first question, because I wrote down something. If you have a D.
Oh no, I got nothing. I'm the guest here.
So you're the guest. You're not a co-host.
In your house.
You're not a co-host anymore.
No, I'm a co-host, but I'm just more guesty,
He left me, guys. He left me. All right. No,
but it's chill. I mean, Rhode Island's pretty quiet compared to New York. It's fucking it's cleaner.
Yeah. I refused to go to New York to see him. By the way, this whole time I was like, you have to come here because I'm not going to New York.
Fair enough, but New York is nice as well. It's nice in its own way.
Yeah,
I can explain that later.
Yeah, that's fine.
What's nice and what's not nice. Some hella red, really big red flags in New York.
So I guess that goes to my first question. What is it like traveling?
In general, or?
I guess but what was it like traveling this time, and then even coming here? I guess.
Okay, so this is not the first time I'm in the United States. This is my fourth time, but this is the first time I'm in a different state. So Rhode Island's the second state I've been to.
Yeah, so how often do you go to New York?
I think, so it's always to visit my grandfather because he's here, but I think this will be the last time he will be here. The only reason I'll visit is because of my aunt. My aunt is here, and my cousin and uncle, but we always, the past 3 times we went to New York was just to see my grandfather. My grandmother on my dad's side was in the Philippines, but his father, my granddad, is in the United States. So that's why we come to New York in the first place. Not just solely for vacation. It's mainly just so we can see my granddad. So I recognize New York a little bit.
Sorry, I just realized I was gonna mess with the audio a little bit.
But I've been in New York a couple of times. I've seen lots of the places before. I've been to Central Park a bunch.
Yep.
Times Square, obviously.
And you don't go often.
Yeah. But let's say the Freedom Tower, I haven't been to that one before. Or the 9/11 Memorial. Yeah.
What is that?
The Freedom Tower?
I don't know.
You're American. You don't know the Freedom Tower, the tallest tower in the United States.
Oh yeah.
The one that we play, the one that's next to the 9/11 Memorial.
The new one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about, but I thought that was just a trade center. Okay, never mind.
No, it is. Well, that's where
I've never heard it called I've heard of it, but I just didn't.
Yeah, it's such I think it's by far the best observatory. I liked it a lot because of the view, but you couldn't see Times Square that close. Empire State though is pretty good because you can see Madison Square Garden pretty close. You can see Times Square pretty close.
It's the park.
Central Park.
Central
You
Park,
can see. I mean, it's blocked by buildings though. Fortunately, I think last time I was there, I could see it a bit more clearer. Maybe if you're up higher on a higher floor, you could definitely see it, but otherwise it's kind of hard to see. But the financial area where the Freedom Tower is, like downtown south, that one's a bit further away, so it's far.
I see.
Yeah, but it's pretty nice. I mean, I'm a city guy, so like I really like those like buildings, sort of monolith kind of things.
So what?
Yeah.
How have you didn't see much of Rhode Island yet?
No, not yet.
And
I just
we're not gonna. To be honest, there's
about-
not much here. This is probably the first time I really allowed it to be said what state I'm in.
Oh, it wasn't said before.
No, I always bleeped it every single time because it's so small that it's like kind of hard.
Yeah, it's so hard. You might as well.
So we can't really blast locations of where we were.
Yeah.
But like he arrived on train, came here, immediately came to this spot. I showed him around like where I grew up a little bit.
Yeah, it's pretty. It looks quite European, compared to like what I see online.
Yeah, it's
pretty,
chill.
It's chill. Yeah.
There's not much going on, and then we walked to like a Dunkin' Donuts.
The Dunkin' Donuts was fire. Like like sandwiches. I definitely might pass there maybe. Wait, what time does it open and close? It's like
When? What?
Dunkin', or is it like 24 hours?
It closes. I don't know what time though.
Oh, maybe I'll just get one on the way, like in New York or something, because they have that as well. But besides the point, Rhode Island is like so far it's cool. I guess I'll really get to see it like later. Yeah, and after Rhode Island, I'm heading to Washington D.C., which is on my bucket list to visit. Not to visit Washington D.C. and see like the Lincoln Memorial.
Yeah, like the
White
Capitol
House.
and stuff.
Yeah, I just want to see it. Yeah, it's like because I see all these movies and stuff, the White House.
Yeah, he's not gonna see much here, but to be honest, there's not much. Like where I showed you is basically what.
But for a day, I guess it's more than enough.
Yeah, like I thought about bringing him to a beach, and I was like, I don't. Like it's probably the coolest part, but there's not.
But it's just the beach, right?
It's like a beach town. Have you seen Steven Universe?
Yeah.
You know how that looks?
Yeah.
That's
I get what you mean. But see, the thing is, just me in Dubai, see the beach like a lot, not every day, but a lot.
So I didn't know if you had a beach. So that's why I was
we have like the whole city is sort of like next to the beach anyway, so we pretty much just see it quite easily.
So that's why I didn't know. But now that you said that, it makes me less like.
Yeah. Because I if I wanted to, I could see the beach every day, but I don't.
Yeah, like the most we would have gotten there, like we would have went. You don't drink, so then it's like, okay, what do we do? And then also it's like you could walk around. There's like boats and stuff, like where they get lobsters.
No, honestly, like
lobsters.
when people look at people who live more inland, right? They see like the ocean, the beach as like something like wow.
That's why I thought.
Yeah, but because I grew up next to like a beach city kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's very boring for me. But then I don't see like mountains and large forests and stuff. I think that's
I also went to Hawaii recently. Well, he knows. I think I mentioned it in a podcast before this.
Yeah, those are cool to look at, but let's say some people look at it like every day.
I don't. Right. Like this is
no.
just
Like the people who like live in those places.
Yeah, like they're not gonna care.
So for them, they're not gonna give a shit, right?
Yeah.
Like like for example, let's say you live in Switzerland, right? You always see the mountains. For me, the mountains are crazy because they're like these huge mountains. They look crazy, but they haven't. Some of them may have not seen like a true like beach and ocean before because it's like a landlocked country.
Yep.
So maybe when they see the beach, they're like, so
yeah.
But I couldn't care any less because I've seen it so much.
That's understandable. Now, my other question: do you want to move?
That one, see that
So
that one's a bit like of a.
I might need to like cut right here. Do you want to talk about?
I could talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah. So the moving is kind of like a maybe, but there are some pros and cons with it. So
would you a little bit of context because I know he'll probably go into it a little bit more. You're thinking about going to New York or moving to New York, or at least you have a better option to go to New York.
Yeah.
But would you prefer something like New York to maybe here?
Yeah. So. See, so coming from Dubai, it's kind of it's a weird it's an option that's like it's not like an alternative. It's a weird alternative. so to speak. So because like
What is?
there's a
New
lot
York
of
or-
there's a lot New York. So there's like a lot of things that I'd be giving up, but also a lot of things that I would gain that you wouldn't be able to get.
Yeah, like opportunities.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff.
So opportunities would be
And you
bigger here, and especially like maybe pay as well would be.
Yeah, pay
higher.
would be pretty good. It would be good, and it also depends on like
Yeah.
if you're paying.
Yeah, but there were
I know
some-
you have like a good potential setup if you do decide.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
come here.
yeah. But there's like a bunch of like very like prominent pros and cons. Like it's super easy to commute in New York.
Yeah.
The subways and the trains, I could like legit get like anywhere, and the ferries as well. Ferries. And,
I'm not comfortable in subways.
I'm fine with subways. I'm fine with
hate
boats.
subways.
Yeah, but it's so commutable. Like, and I can like I got here quite easily. Like just
Yeah,
train
it was a 4-hour
Penn,
train ride.
go straight to Providence.
Yep.
You know, just that's it. So you can send to Providence a bit smaller.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna just.
I mean, that's fine because there's only the one train station. Well, there's others, but yeah.
But yeah,
but the thing is like, well, something that I think that's just cool though, if you do decide to move to somewhere like New York,
Yeah.
gets to be on more.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
person.
I could be in person as well.
I mean, it's like a 4-hour train. How much was it to get here?
It wasn't. I think it was $80.
Both ways?
One way.
Like,
yeah.
maybe not every month.
Huh?
I said maybe not every month. I mean, like I don't know.
No, it could work, but it really depends on like the kind of work that I get.
Yeah, and how.
Because
often we'll still do Zoom or Discord calls,
yeah,
but
yeah,
you at least
cool.
can use Discord this time.
Oh yeah, because it's blocked in the Emirates. Yeah, so that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it would still be cool because he'll be around, and then obviously if he wants to come
Yeah, but
back.
there's like things that I'm definitely.
You got a desk. You have a setup.
Oh yeah, but there's definitely things I'll have to like give up. Like for instance, pretty much extremely safe in Dubai. There's like it's,
Well, you have a lot of stuff set up. Like you have the jobs you have now that kind of like keep you safe in that sort of part. You also like the people wise is safe.
Yeah, people say that.
That's why I don't like New York, and that's why I was
mentioning
like if you were here or like there, because it's like I don't know how much you want to go about on the situation in New York and why that's.
I'll explain.
Okay, you'll explain. Okay, but it was either like that or like get like a cheap apartment here because they're like $600 to $900 a month.
Pretty good actually.
It's really good. You can go to Boston again. The train, to get to New
Yeah,
York if you really needed to work there. Which a lot of the times, most of these places like they don't need you to work in.
Yeah, no, but I would have to be in New York because I would have family here and
you have
opportunities
family
here as well. It's also like it's a financial hub. It's for all that kind of stuff. So it makes sense for me to work on like any motion design stuff. But
I think Boston has some, but that's about it.
Yeah, sure, but New York is like the most prominent. So New York, downside with it is like it's not safe.
It is not.
Do
you want to explain that experience?
Yeah, it's not safe. It's also quite dirty as well. It smells like crap.
Yeah, we're like walking over here. It doesn't really smell like
No,
anything.
it smells fine. It's just like Dubai. It's like clean. It's just normal. It's like even in like Europe, but in Europe specifically, just in like Manhattan, just the main city.
Yeah.
It smells like crap. And like Long Island is fine, just like this.
Yeah, because it's like suburbs, right? Yeah.
Basically, suburban areas are fine, but just New York, like the Manhattan specifically, is kind of messy. But like there's a lot. It can offer a lot, but there's also a bunch of stuff you're sacrificing. Like it can offer like it's like very good with food. There's so much things you can eat and everything like that. But they're super expensive. They're like 3 times more expensive than the Dubai, which is not cool. But you have access to like everything.
Yeah, food is way better. Can I say it was really funny though because he came here and we went to a fucking Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
And I was making a joke that like this is like a retirement state. Like it's just like old people live here, and like immediately we walked into the Dunkin' because no one walks into a Dunkin' Donuts. They go through drive-through. Everyone goes through drive-through. So when you go inside, it is just old people. It was so funny that it was like a joke that I made like as soon as I picked him up, and then
it was like, oh, do you notice the old people around? Whoa. Even when we were walking back, there's just old people as well.
Yeah, even the people like outside driving.
Yeah. It's kind of like some parts of like Switzerland, because in Switzerland there's this one place I went to. It's called Interlaken. It's basically in the mountains, and it's just the area that I was staying at was just full of like old people.
Do you want another drink or something? Do you want another one?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. If you need anything, just let me know. But yeah, I had a question on why did you come to the States, but I assume that was just for family.
Yeah, so main reason was family. So my family side from like my uncle, who lives in the Philippines. They're in the United States for the first time, and my dad and my family, they wanted to tag along because they wanted, like, to experience it with them. I guess it's like the first time in a long time that they had like a whole family reunion. Plus my what are you doing?
I'm just putting you in the frame. Sorry.
He gets to meet my uncle gets to meet my aunt, who's his cousin, for the first time in person. So yeah, there's this whole thing. Yeah, we were. She's like in Long Island. We were like staying there, having their get together, and obviously see around New York. We've.
Where in New York were you planning on staying if you stay?
I want not in the podcast, but it's
so. If he starts.
Yeah. So the main reason, the main primary reason here was just a family reunion.
Was a part of it to at least see if you wanted to move here too?
That was the part. I think. See, my parents, they wanted to see get me to be stay out, like work somewhere else outside the UAE, and New York would make sense because my family is here, and because it's also America's basically where all the motion design, animation stuff comes from anyway. Yeah. So yeah, it makes sense, but then because in UAE it's very I think the market is still too young to be up until to be at its best, because there's all this like crap going on. Like I'm supposed to I'm working for this I finished a project with this brand, which I won't say because the project's not out yet. Yeah. But I was supposed to get paid like yesterday, and I didn't get paid, and unfortunately that's like a normal thing in Dubai, maybe in the Middle East, I don't know. But
yeah, like here, like for the most part, if you work at like a studio, you're most likely gonna join a union to do that.
A trade union?
Do you know what a union is?
Like a protest?
No, like a union. Like like the Writers Guild. That whole protesting that's going on with the writers.
Yeah. That's kind of like
they're a guild, like it's a union where they're collective, to make sure there's like equal pay and stuff like that.
But does it work?
Yeah.
Oh really? Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they make sure you get like a baseline.
Oh yeah, true.
And they have to make sure that you're getting like paid the proper amount.
Yeah.
I think it might be called an Editors Guild. I don't think it's essentially a union, because you have like a construction union.
Yeah, you have all kinds.
Yeah, to make sure like the safety and.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but the thing is, like, here's like it is expensive.
It is
expensive. But if I get like let's say a pay that I can just live off, then I don't really complain. But but because in Dubai it's actually cheaper than New York. I mean, I'm sure maybe in other states it's just fine, maybe even cheaper than UAE, but it's just that.
I mean, like it's cheap here. But definitely in the south is very cheap. I saw like $100,000 buys you this house, or like roughly around that, like almost 200. But like 200,000 would buy you in like North Carolina, like a fucking like basically a mansion. Like there's like a difference in like
like an apartment in New York, depending on where you are in like Manhattan, it's like it's small and it costs so much just because of its like.
Yeah, like here specifically, I've seen apartments that are like 3 bedrooms for like 1.5K with a living room, 2 baths.
Oh, here Rhode Island.
Oh
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, for something like that is really net apartment wise, because you can also rent out a house.
How far is Boston by car?
An hour.
An hour, yeah. So people can just drive there.
Yeah, that's what they.
So it's also easier just if you're working here. 1 hour is not that bad. Yeah.
I thought about like if I had to work in studio life, I would probably still live here and work in Boston.
Yeah, that would make sense.
To work at like a game studio maybe, because games seem like a good leeway for me.
Yeah. If there was like a design studio in Boston.
I think there is. There's definitely.
No, like something that I would work with. I don't know. I really have to.
They have.
I think I really have to like explore and do like more research, because right now I'm only.
There's a lot of like art colleges out there and music colleges in like Massachusetts, so it's just.
Yeah, but right now I'm just looking at New York for now.
No, that's understandable.
Because right now it's the best option. But but like New York is cool, but there's like a bunch of ups and downs with it. I have like a mixed answer if I want to stay here or not. There's a lot of things that I really do like that I wish I had in UAE, but there's a lot of things I really wish I had from there. You know, like it's just UAE. It's so much safer. It's a lot of places are like 20 open 24/7 or closed like really late. So especially if I'm working like late nights, because if I have to order like quite early. But maybe that's because I'm used to the timeline in UAE, because they start work later and they end work a bit late, kind of. So there's that. Commuting here in New York is just so good. It's just like Switzerland. It's just so easy to use. You can get like anywhere pretty easily, and you can also just walk, because the streets and the avenues are really easy to navigate through.
I'm not a big walking guy, which is why I kind of like here, because you don't walk a lot.
I'm okay. No, I like walking, not too much, but just enough. If I need to get to one place to another, if it would
depend on the place. It'll
depend on the place. If there's an option to take a transport, I would take it and then walk there.
New York is kind of shitty though, because you can't have a car. I would not have a car.
My aunt, she parks her car near a station in Long Island where she is, and then she takes the train, because driving a car in Manhattan is just a pain, obviously. So. People who just live in let's say Long Island or something, they park their car next to the train station. They take the train going to Manhattan, and then they just they go to Manhattan. They just took a train and subway to anywhere, because you can just take a subway and just go wherever.
Yeah, true.
And the prices are they're okay. Actually, they're not too bad. They're pretty good.
Yeah. I think we're gonna make this a 30-minute episode, because do you want to?
Oh yeah, sure. Why not?
Because then we have to. Yeah, I guess I'll ask you this final question. What have you been up to? Because you haven't been on the podcast for a while.
Oh yeah. So because this is the thing. I'm busy, and it's mainly
busy?
It's mainly my parents who want me to move to New York.
Yeah, it was that you were thinking about moving. So I remember you texting me about it, being slightly stressed out about the concept.
Yeah. I'm still no. It's just New York, just America specifically being here. Just in general, because it's the way it works as well. Because if I'm here, I have to worry stuff about I have to be more alert, which is not something I had to ever do in Dubai.
I wouldn't say you have to here, but
no, and I'm sure it's fine. But let's say, and there's also things like I mean,
that's why I don't like New York for a thing. It's just I don't like the fact that I have to look over my shoulder. Yeah, and what else? There's also I have to switch to get used to the imperial system. I can learn get used to it, but it's just that Everyone knows centimeters. Most people know Celsius. People are getting used to it.
That's good.
You don't have to be completely.
Yeah, I know you don't know, but I want to get used to it so I can understand how it works here as well. There are some things that I do like. I think you guys don't call it ground, first, second floor, right? You call it first, second, third, right?
Floor.
Yeah.
First floor, second floor.
First floor would be the ground floor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that here. In other places I get confused. In other countries, especially in the UAE, it's ground floor, then the first floor, then the second floor,
No, I don't think. I mean, some places maybe, but I'm so used to being L lobby, second floor up.
Yeah. The second floor is the floor above the lobby, ground. Yeah, I prefer that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, but that's just a little thing. But the ground system is a little thing.
So yeah, you were busy, kind of stressed out about the whole idea of potentially having to move to New York, but then you also had you also had a lot of work going on too at the time.
Oh yeah. I had client work as well, so I didn't really have time to do the podcast. The one project I was working on was. No, two projects. I was working on Tritex Morocco. So last year I did these animations for this tech expo event, right? And this year I did it for Morocco.
Okay.
So yeah, this is they're the same animations basically. Same concept, different animation, and I just did that for Morocco. And I was working on another project, which was the International Cricket Council.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
That one was crazy. So
crazy as in cool, or just crazy?
Crazy, but I guess we can talk about that the next.
Yeah.
Because there's a whole thing for that, which is.
I guess that's it. I'm really glad that Alex is here. He hasn't been on at all, and then just the fact he shows up in person.
Yeah, that's even better, right?
Yeah, it's a
special
episode.
Special episode IRL podcast.
Yeah, so other podcasts, when they have a special, they already do their podcast IRL. So when they have a special, they go out. For us, it's just being in person.
Yeah, maybe we'll have a special.
If you
when you go to Manhattan, you know, and if let's say I'm in Manhattan and you go to Manhattan, then you have a vlog or something. You do something.
Yeah, I'm down to do that. I think like also if you move to New York, we could definitely more trips.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a cabin in the middle of Maine. You know Maine? It's like the corner state.
Yeah.
My uncle owns it, and it's like a big field with like bear country. There's bears fucking everywhere. I remember bears.
Isn't that where they make like the good bread and stuff like that? Like all the bread and stuff. Like, bread. I don't know.
Where, like, spring water comes from.
I've heard that's like Maine is popular for like the farming kind of stuff. Agriculture.
Yeah, there's like a cow farm. Like I got chased by like a herd of cows up a hill to get back to because me and my friend were running. It was funny. I'll talk about it maybe later. But I think like if you do move here.
Yeah.
We could maybe do more outside of just doing it in person. Because if you moved here, I deadass don't think we have to do it on Discord anymore, and we'll just wait till we see each other.
Yeah, basically, that works as well.
And we could spread out the uploads.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
As long as, maybe if we have guests, we'll do it on Discord.
Yeah. But then again, you know...
And then we could do the border aspect thing you were talking about.
Oh, yeah, we could. There's a lot of things we could do.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of leaning... I'm leaning a bit towards to New York, not because I want to, but because I kind of have to. Because I don't think Dubai is gonna offer me. I don't feel like Dubai is gonna offer me anything that's gonna.
It's not gonna push your career, almost.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's
and then also, I know you had the other option that you thought about, which Toronto.
Canada was one option.
Yeah, Canada was an option, but that's I think the fact that what you have in New York that's
exactly why I'm looking at New York. But Toronto would be good as well, but New York is not a bad option.
Personally, I would prefer you to be here. I have other reasons outside of that.
He wants me to be here because he's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to, you stay a week here, and then you just have a setup with your laptop.
Yeah. Then this becomes an actual like studio.
Yeah, I would set this up better. I'd probably even get rid of that desk or move it. I've been thinking about moving the desk into this corner.
Why?
So I can make more of a set on that side for recording.
That works as well.
Yeah.
You can have this in your... If you move your setup this way, you can show this beautiful shelf of yours. But then you won't get this JRB thing. Unless you move it...
Well, you can't even see the J everything here. Oh, I have a different camera set up, by the way, but you can see the stripes. The only reason I want this, because this is like the eye piece of my room. Anyways, I'm going to go, guys. Thank you for watching the podcast. Make sure to check out our sponsors, like W, which you can't try because it's empty.
No, yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. W, Skillshare, Starforge Systems. We have a PC company sponsoring us, so go get yourself a PC. For no discount, but we get money if you buy one.
Wow.
I'm transparent. All right.
All right, bet.
Peace out, guys.